I'm super bummed because we were just had this great live stream going, and there was a bunch of comments that I was trying to get to. So what I'm going to do, I'm just coming back on here in case any of you jump back on. What I'm going to do is tomorrow I will come back and I will sort of answer the I think it'll show me the live stream comments. It's a bummer that we can't do it in real time unless you guys come back in here. And you probably don't even see this because you probably just got kicked out of the other stream. So if you were in that Jada and Will Smith video, we had a bunch of comments going on and I was trying to get to them all and I was going on a tangent. And the last thing I was saying was basically my friend and her husband, you know, I believe that they're soulmates, if not twin flames, and they have, you know, some yellow flags. So don't discount that. You know, if you have yellow flags and you get a best potential match in the database, it's still highly significant. Like I told you, that programmer got 1 out of 600. So that's what I was saying there. My internet connection is not great here. So it kicked out. It probably got overloaded in the stream. It's a bummer. But I'm going to go through tomorrow, or maybe actually I'll get back on in a little bit when I can actually look at the playback. So maybe if you guys want to join me in like an hour or two, and I will try to even if you have to watch it in the playback, I will try to go through all of those live chat questions for you and sort of just answer them. So if you're watching this, I usually, if I'm about to go live, I give like a half-hour heads up. I'll like schedule it a half hour out so you guys could see that, and then we will kick back on and go through. I'm just seeing if it would load now. So maybe if some of you can come back in here. But for some reason with my live streams, it takes about an hour, especially the longer ones. It takes about an hour for it to like even show up on my apps. So yeah, if you found me again, basically what happened is we just had this great chat going on. We had all these comments and I wanted to get to them. And so I'm just coming back on here to show you guys that I'm still here. Let me go ahead. I'm just going to chill for a second. Yeah. Okay. Some of you found me? Cool. So basically what I was saying is it takes about an hour for my, my live that I just did to like upload and let me make it public. So in an hour or two, I'm going to come back on, and we had a bunch of questions in the live chat, but I can't see them until that happens. So I am going to come back on in about an hour or so when that happens, and I'll go over what you guys were writing in the live chat and I'll comment on it. But the issue is that I can't see it right now. So, and I lost a lot of you. I had a few of you in here. I'm going to have to figure this out. I might have to get like a different internet service if we're going to be live streaming like this so we don't get kicked out. Let's see. I have a hotspot right now and it works really well, but it just gets overloaded, I guess. And I'm also, while I'm taking that little break and waiting for that live that we just did to upload, I will download the Creator Studio on my little tablet because this is new, but it's a new tool so I can be live with you guys more. And see if I can't actually get in the live chat with you guys while we're chatting. Okay, see, now you guys are finding me. So I'll just kind of say it again for those of you that didn't hear. We got kicked out of the last live. It just kicked off. Sometimes it'll let me come back in and like restart or rejoin my own stream, but I haven't figured out the glitch that sort of makes that happen. So I'm going to come back on in an hour or two so we can go over, and I told you guys I'll give you a half-hour heads up. I'll say I'm going live so that we can go over all the questions you guys had in the live chat. So if you can't catch me in an hour or so, like you've got to go do something, you can always watch that one on the playback. So again, also it takes me about an hour to make the playback live, public. For some reason, it might be a setting I have. It will automatically set my live streams to private as soon as they kick out. So if you're looking for the live stream, I should work on that today too. I should make a note. I think there's a setting. I'll Google it. Yeah, because when it kicks out of the live stream, it automatically goes private. And I think I might have set that a while ago when I was still kind of practicing, you know, because I might get on and then flub and then click off. So now I don't care. I'll just make it live, but make live stream auto public. Somehow I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, because right now, what we just were talking about and watching, it's private, like until it shows up on my app and magically in an hour. Because I remember the first time or two that happened, I panicked. I'm like, oh my God, it's gone forever, you know, an hour of oh, hey, Luciano, you found me. What do you think about divine timing? I'm timing my music releases to the full moon of every month, but that's from where I live. Oh, well, yes, where you live is important. So if we run your transits, you definitely, you know, we do astrocartography. I know I'm kind of answering part of your question here, but it is an important part. And so I want to get to the moon part that you're asking me, but in the timing part, but astrocartography. So I have clients come to me and I have the software. It's a little more, I have to pull it out, but I think there's a package on rotation411.com. And also, you guys, if you do want to order personal readings on rotation411.com, like you want me to go over the astrocartography with you, I do it like a video response. But if you write a note, we can always get on live. You know, we can get on like Zoom or something, a meetup. I do like also on Instagram, I like to do like if you want to do a FaceTime type of reading, and so you can go back and forth with me rather than have me just ramble on and upload a video. Just write it, like if you order an astrocartography reading, which is, you know, where should I live type of thing, or where should I make music, right? Just write in your order messages like I wanna actually do a FaceTime with you rather than having me just do it. Okay, so this is downloading now, but I'll do it when we're off the live stream so I could chat with you guys. But so okay, and then divine timing and the moon timing. So moon timing on what you're saying is, there's a really cool video. I should find it. It really explains the moons and doing things in the moon phases and like our pineal gland and all of that. So you're saying to the full moon, you're timing the music releases to the full moon. I think maybe try timing one or two of them to, okay, so new moon is very powerful, probably for creating the music. Or getting the inspiration, right? Try releasing one on your moon. So you're not your moon, your sun sign, Luciano. Okay, so sorry, my foot's falling asleep here, guys. So this is the key of that video, that moon video I'm talking about, is you have the most powerful energy when the moon is in your sun sign. So you're Sagittarius, right? Try releasing them on the Sagittarius moon. I mean, maybe you can alternate or something, or try releasing one on the Sagittarius moon. Also, when is the moon full? It would be during Gemini season. So definitely that Sagittarius full moon during Gemini season should be very beneficial for you. It's in the 9th house. Your moon is in the 9th house. And what's oh no, I don't know what you mean by 9th house, but divine timing is basically, it's divine timing, right? We have divine timing database. So the thing about divine timing is that everything happens in perfect time, and that time is an illusion. So say you, in this really, this is so existential, and so it's hard to wrap your head around, but you know, it's basically like, if you were meant to meet your twin flame next week, which twin flame relationships are tricky, so you really don't necessarily want a twin flame, you want like a great life partner that you love, right? And soulmates, a life partner could be a soulmate that I don't subscribe to past lives, but that's another thing I've touched on before. But I do subscribe to like past energy states, and this is a state that we're in for certain type of character development, basically, of our soul. And so, you know, you could have a life partner out there that you're meant to be with in this life that you're not soulmates with, that's from a different soul tribe, and you two could have a beautiful life. Or you could have a soulmate out there that you do have soul tribe ties, right? You've got Moon and Neptune and all that. Generally, though, when it comes to love, you're dealing with the same planets as soul planets, and to have your emotions be in harmony, the souls will be in harmony. So most likely, you know, most of your life partners you're going to have soulmate contacts with. But just because you have soulmate contacts doesn't mean that you can build a life with someone either. So I had a client today, she's like, it's my twin flame. And I'm like, well, your moons aren't compatible, so not in this lifetime, but you know, you definitely might have some things to work through there. So divine timing is basically like, if you're meant to meet your soulmate next week, it's all about like, also like free will versus divine will. So you might be meant to meet them inevitably in this life, but there was this beautiful thing I wrote when my friend Jess Ross Kelly, he's a famous mountain climber, passed away, about like, is it that we are supposed to, our destiny is like ordained, and we're supposed to hit these certain marks, but we just go about it in our own like flavor, and we zigzag that line, right, to get to where we're going. So time is an illusion. So it's like, you might definitely be meant to be with this person in this lifetime, but if you don't meet up with that person, that might be your karma in the next lifetime, that you didn't meet up with them in this lifetime. So you might meet them in 5 years if you just go about your day and do your normal routine and don't deviate, and then one day you pray and get inspired to do something different. Or you might, you know, make a different decision today, and both of you enter the database and make that decision, and you meet next month. You know, and you guys, by your own intention, expedited that point in your destiny. So I do think there's certain things you're supposed to hit in this lifetime, and it's about the choices you make, how fast or how slow that you get there. And it really has nothing to do with time at all. It's about intention. So that's kind of to sum it up. All right, sun sign, ninth house. Yeah, I mean, oh, that's cool that your ninth house is in Sagittarius with your sun there. Because that ninth house is, you must have a natural chart. Are you an Aries rising or Pisces or Taurus? I would assume you're probably Aries if it's full natural, but if your ninth house is in Sagittarius, yeah, no, so you basically, you go by the, yeah, intuition and intention, because you can't really follow your intuition if you don't have clear intentions, right? Because if your intentions aren't clear, then what are you looking for? You know, you're just getting pulled around by all these different energies, you know, especially moon in the 12th house for me. I know about that. Like, I literally could just drown in all of your energies if I didn't have intention. Sometimes when I get clients now, segment intending, I have to say, please protect me from their energy, because I will get where my clients are, I'm having a great relationship and my clients are coming with the same problem over and over. And then all of a sudden my relationship's having that problem. And it's not their fault. It's just because I'm getting bogged down in that. So I have to keep my intention clear. Okay, I'm helping this person, but don't let my energy be intermingled with theirs, right? Aries in the 11th. Okay, so your rising is Taurus, right? So you have a semi-natural chart. It's a little off but it's pretty close. Or you might have some sort of house intercepted but it seems like it starts in Taurus and then it gets natural towards somewhere along the line because of some sort of interception. Maybe you're missing a sign in there if we're doing Placidus. And I don't subscribe to whole house. I did watch a really great astrologist, and he had great things to say about the North Node return, but he's like, we do whole house. I don't do whole house. We do Placidus here, which means some of you are missing signs in houses because we're actually going off a snapshot of the sky when you were born. We're not just going, oh, your rising sign is Aries, so all your houses are perfectly 30 degrees every sign, if that makes sense. Some of you that might click later on. Some of you know exactly what I mean. Because we're all at different levels and we all know different things. And just because I didn't know the house systems forever. I knew the planets. I knew which signs ruled the planets. I could tell you, I could meet someone and know what they were, right? And the house thing didn't click for me for several years when Jupiter went in Sagittarius and I had all these synastry downloads. So if you don't, like, people apologize to me a lot, like, well, I don't really know this or that. It's like, you know a lot more than you think you do. You just know different things sometimes, you know, and we are teaching each other. So don't ever beat yourself up, you know, or feel ashamed to learn. I try to humble myself and learn all the time. It's like Mars square Jupiter. I said that I've never seen that in a couple married past 5 years, and here we have Jada and Will. I don't even know how long they've been married. Do you guys know? I think it's like 30 years or something. Well, maybe like 20 to 30 years, and they say they'll never get divorced. Yeah, okay, so you're missing Aries. So is your rising Taurus? What's your rising sign? You didn't say. And so if you guys also, if you don't use CoStar, CoStar is not accurate. It will tell you if you're a cusp baby or your moon's on the cusp, it's not accurate. Don't use it. You're way better off going to divinetimingdatabase.com and building your own database there. Don't use CoStar, and don't come to me and tell me what CoStar says, because it's just, anyways, it's not accurate calculations. It's just a fad, but it is good because it gets more people like kind of interested in astrology, but it's not accurate. So just know that. I can't see what this says. It says 2. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I mean, you can use it, but just know that you need to verify, because for all of you, that is not correct. All right. It'll say say you were born yesterday. It would have told you that you're a Pisces and the sun was in Aries yesterday. It entered Aries. But if you were born 5 years ago, the sun might have actually been on Pisces on that day. And CoStar is not accurate when it comes to the cusps at all. So, okay. It rounds it to midnight, not the time of the day that it entered the sign. Let me just see. How long were Will and Jada married? Because that was the video we were doing. How long have they been married? And Jada been married. So I'll make this like the part 2 to that. But when I can get the live stream back up from earlier, I will pop on here in an hour or 2. I'll give you guys a 30 minutes heads up, and we'll go through and I'll answer all those questions. Pisces, right? Yeah, I said Taurus or Pisces. It'll be, well, no, I don't see. So you have a Pisces rising, then your Aries is intercepted. You don't have Aries, and then your chart flows natural at some point. It'd be interesting to look at. So if you ever want a reading from me, maybe I should do like little make a mini reading package where we can just quickly go over your birth chart. But I have an in-depth one where I can go over your birth chart in depth. It's rotation411.com. I do tarot readings. Like I told you guys yesterday, right now the sun is transiting my Neptune, or the sun just entered Aries, but Neptune is conjunct my Mercury for like the next few months. And so I definitely have a lot of intuition if you get a tarot reading. Stuff that, and it's like kind of good because it's like I won't even necessarily know it consciously, but I might say things to you that you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. So it's kind of gives you a little bit of privacy there, because I'm just like saying stuff and it's resonating for you, but me, I'm just more like a channel a lot of the time. Mercury in Pisces, 12th house is the other realm, collective unconscious. So I can tap into the collective unconscious, but I don't filter it. So it just comes out. I'm not a medium because I don't deal with spirits necessarily, really not much, but I'm a channel like for the information. Will Smith and Jada Smith have been attached for over 25 years. They got married in 1997. So what do we got? 07, 17. I'm counting on my fingers, you guys. That's cute, right? 27 years. No. 25. Attached for 25. How's that work? 2007, 17. We're in 2024. Yeah, they've been married for 27 years. So if they do divorce with Mars square Jupiter, it would be around now. But I've never seen a couple make it past 4 or 5 years with it, and most couples don't make it past 2 to 4 months with it. And it's really disappointing, because that was what I was telling you guys about that Aries Cancer boyfriend I had when I was 18. Like for years I thought I would date other people. I even got married, and I would think to myself, and I wasn't like trying to get back with him. We actually kept in touch over the years. So like whenever we'd both be single, because that can happen too, where you work, if Mars square Jupiter, you work together and you always crush on each other, or you go to school together, but you either like kind of hook up and can't make it happen, or you're always kind of like in other relationships. I had a client like that the other day where we're always in other relationships. Like the timing's not right. Can we make it happen now? I'm like, Mars square Jupiter, probably not. Probably always going to be like that. So it's kind of this person, like the one that got away was what it was for a long time. I was always like, wow, when we got together, we hit it off. All our friends, like it was like everything you could want in a partner, right? Like all our friends, we had the same friend circle, and we just did all the things you would want to do with someone, not like the people where you're waiting around on their phone call type of people, right? And then it just was like, it fell apart, and it's usually Mars square Jupiter. There's some drama in the falling out. Jupiter is kind of like social circles as well in a way. So it was just like, for a couple of years there, like maybe 10 years, I was always like, why didn't it work with us? Maybe we'll come back together. But it wasn't like a desperation. It was just like, That's my kind of guy, right? Aries is supposed to be my best match. My 7th house is in Aries. My Jupiter is there. My sun, that's all the masculine stuff of a man that I would want besides Mars. And it was just like, why didn't it work out with that Aries? You know what I mean? And then once I learned Mars square Jupiter, I'm like, oh, well, he never was the one. He's got some of the energy with Aries, you know, but he's not the one. He's not the Aries I'm looking for, you know? Okay. Pisces is rising. Sun, Mercury, Pluto. So you've got a stellium in the 9th house in Sagittarius. Pluto. Your midheaven can't be in the 9th house, but your midheaven's in Sagittarius. Andrew, I have Mars square Mars. I just don't like when I lean forward, so I'm going to do this. I have Mars square Mars and DW. What's DW? Saturn square Venus with my wife of 27 years. I love her, and thankfully our moons are trine. However, I have a twin flame of 7 years that I met at my karma return. So crazy. What's DW Saturn? Saturn square Venus can work in long marriages. I am seeing more Mars square Mars, but man, that's a miserable one to live with. I would not want to be married to someone I had Mars square Mars with. I tried dating someone. It's like the worst. It's so annoying. But Saturn square Venus can work. And yeah, the moon trine, I guess, is what smooths over that Mars square Mars, but I wouldn't recommend it. But yeah, if your moons weren't trine, are your moons trine in a tight orb, then you wouldn't have made it with Mars square Mars that long. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I wonder what your twins aspects are. I'm 8th house, Gemini, Sun, and highly scorpionic, so can handle about anything. Yeah, Scorpios can endure quite a lot, right? Kind of like a scorpion, you know, out in the desert. So you guys are, I mean, basically today, the lesson I sort of learned, and, you know, this is why astrologists tell me, other astrologists are like, nothing's written in stone. Don't say absolutes. It's like, okay, if I can prevent you from getting in a Mars square Mars relationship with moonmatch.love, you know, divinetimingdatabase.org, I will. But obviously I'm learning that, yes, the moons are the most important, but they can overcome Mars square Mars and Mars square Jupiter. But it's not really like, it's not ideal. But I mean, if you guys are committed and your values are there, you know, values at the end of the day, I do think overpower the astrology. And some people try to say that to me too. But there are malefic enough aspects that you could have all the values in the world. You could say, I'm never going to get divorced. And if you've got Saturn square Pluto, you're going to get divorced. So, you know, it is what it is. But if the moons are not compatible, if you don't get divorced, you're eventually going to like live in different wings of the house or next door. Kind of like I said, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, like they're a great couple, a lot of loving aspects, I think. It's been a while since I looked, but they never officially tied the knot and they live next door to each other, you know. So there are workarounds, there are exceptions, but if we're looking for our ideal matches, I'm telling you guys what to look for. What I see in the best marriages where there is no twin flame outside of it, you know, and this is their person, this is their twin flame. I'm telling you guys, the moons are compatible. There's no malefic deal breakers. You know, they've got some beautiful Venus, Mars, Jupiter stuff, moon stuff going on. Oh yeah, are you the one that asked me to do a Saturn quindecile video? I looked up quindecile, and it was interesting because in that video I was sort of touching on, like out of sign conjunctions versus like semi-sextiles, and then we had the quincunx, and what is it, like 165 is a quindecile, so that's between 180 and 150. So it's between the opposition and the quincunx, right? Is that right? Yeah. So I believe it's like that 15 degrees that's kind of in between, kind of like an out of sign conjunction or a semi-sextile. Yeah. So I've been thinking about it, Andrew, and I'm going to get back to you more on it. I definitely was kind of like, it was like I was almost, what's the word? I was kind of like tiptoeing around like the 15-degree variances there with the semi-sextile and the out of sign conjunction, and then the quincunx and the quincunx and the opposition. So yeah, Interesting. Yeah, and I wonder too more what you think about the quincunx, because it's supposed to be challenging. And I told you guys I found that key in my birth chart with it, because I do feel like quincunx energy is quite powerful as well. But anyways, I'm going to check out for a little bit, take a little breather. But I told you guys I would come back. And you two were probably the ones that were writing in the live chat from the last one. But I was going to come back and sort of answer what you were asking me in there once it repopulates, because it takes about an hour. But I'm going to try to change the settings. So I'm going to do a few things like that. But I'll be on here more and more live now that I got this extra device. I'm able to kind of do two things at once here. So, you know, because I am logged in right now for some clients. So, so that was actually why I'm able to be live more, because it's like I'm not missing any clients right now. So every once in a while, I might have to just like pop off and come back. But do know I'll kind of always pop back on here and follow up with you guys. And when I'm about to go live, I usually give about a 30 minutes heads up, because I don't really have like a broken up schedule. You know, a broken up schedule. I don't have a clear schedule, because I work, my business is 24 hours a day. So if I sleep in, I can work in the evening. If I wake up early, I work. And so, because I work on platforms doing astrology. And again, if you guys want a personal reading from me or me to do your chart, it's rotation411.com. If you're single and you're looking, definitely go to moonmatch.love and check out the database. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm logged in right now. But thank you, Andrew. Yes, so I'm definitely always meditating on this stuff. So if I come to any revelations about the quintessile, which I probably will, I will definitely be excited to let you know. So, all right, I'm sending you all love and light as always. And you can always comment on the videos later, and I'll come back and touch on it. All right. Have a great day, Andrew, Luciano, and whoever else is in here. See you later. Bye.